here's what happened. I started a new medication called Vyberzi. Unfortunately, that medication did not get along with my body, and I had a very violent reaction, which is not common. I'm generally blessed to have good reactions to medications, or most commonly no reaction at all. But my body did not like this medication, so pretty much as soon as I took it, I got constipation, which is not common for an ulcerative colitis patient. And I was up until about 10 p.m. with that until I started throwing up uncontrollably, and I threw up every time I moved, every time I drank a sip of water for 6 hours straight. Went to the ER. It was a little tough getting there just because, well, I threw up every time the car moved, so I had a little trash can with me. I did wait in the ER for a while, mostly just because the other patients had broken limbs or RSV and flu. There's a kids ER at the hospital I go to for GI, which is good because there are less people in withdrawal there. But it does mean that cases of broken bones tend to go back to the emergency room, leave the emergency room instead of the waiting room more quickly, just because that's easier to fix. So in movies, when they show people running into the ER and getting taken back immediately, that's inaccurate. Unless you are coming via ambulance and they deem something you have to be life-threatening, you're not going back very quickly. So I got back. It's definitely become a lot busier, this hospital in particular. I started going there when it didn't have a lot of patients, so the kids' ER has become a lot busier. I was still throwing up, still constipated. They gave me IV fluids, and then they gave me a push of Toradol and Zofran. Zofran's a nausea medication that I take orally, but it wasn't working orally, so they gave it to me IV push. Finally was able to use the bathroom. The next day, I only threw up about 6 times. I had thrown up about 50 times the day before. I got sick on a Wednesday. Yesterday was Thursday. Today is Friday for clarification. I'm finally feeling better. The medication is out of my system. I'm not taking that medication again. I got a lot of stomach acid. I have acid reflux. So towards the end of the vomiting excursion, I was no longer eating food. It was just acid. It's really nasty, but that is what happened. Now here's the problem I anticipated we'd run into. Well, not really, but after I had a violent reaction to the medication, I anticipated we might. So I have been taking, gotta refill these for the rest of the week. I've been taking my medication is scheduled, right? So I take these little prenatal vitamins because my body can't absorb pure iron on its own because it's harsh on my intestine. I'm not pregnant, but prenatal vitamins have a less concentrated form of iron in them, and I need iron because I'm anemic. So the prenatal vitamins consist of both vitamin C and iron, so that I take them at the same time. But when I was just on pure iron, I had to take a vitamin C as well, because I also have a vitamin C deficiency. But since I can't take the prenatal vitamins right now because of my reaction to the medication and the harshness on my stomach, I'm also not getting my vitamin C. So I'm wondering if I should just start taking additional vitamin C, just take my vitamin C pills in the meantime, because they stop me from getting sick. I have immunodeficiencies, which means that I get sick more easily. So I'm debating whether or not I should just add the vitamin C back in and take this on its own while I wait to be able to take the iron again. It's the irony. Get it? Oh, that was bad. Who is this person driving at 1 mile per hour in front of my... Hello, you're in a city. Well, excuse me. So cool.
Who is her?
Behold the beautiful snow. I love the snow. That's an unpopular opinion, but I love it. So we have some exciting news, sort of. My mom is in Mexico City with her best friend. She was really worried she wouldn't be able to get to go because she got sick when she took me to the ER, but diagnosed her with bronchitis, which is common for her because she has asthma, put her on some antibiotics and steroids, gave her some Tessalon pearls, which we first discovered when I had RSV in 2022. Really great cough medicine. They were really great cough medicine. And Ta-da, she has now been able to go, and I'm so excited for her. She gets in today. The impacts of epilepsy in daily life. I've had a lot of questions recently about how epilepsy sort of just impacts my daily life, and I thought I would answer some of those. The question I am asked most commonly by far is whether or not I can drive, which is a totally valid question because certain epileptics can't. That's more common in what we call absent seizures, or seizures where they aren't inherently dangerous unless one is driving, but kind of looks like you're zoning out for about 10 seconds, 3 to 10 seconds, and then you blink and you're awake again. Those occur when only a few brain cells are firing all at once. That's what neurons are. Brain cells firing all at once. I do not have absent seizures. I have tonic-clonic seizures, the seizures that you see on TV where the whole body is shaking. So I am fortunate enough that my epilepsy is well controlled. It was pretty severe, but it's very well controlled. It didn't take long to find treatments that work for me. So I can drive as long as I am not having active seizures. If I'm having active seizures, I have to take other precautions. One thing that it does affect me in my life most frequently is swimming, which people don't expect that swimming would impact that, but I cannot be submerged in water by myself, so I can't take a bath or anything. And I can't go swimming unless I have at least 2 people around me watching me at all times, just in case I have a seizure and I drown. And that's something we're trying to prevent. So swimming is pretty hard for me to do. Sleeping is also complicated for me. I have to take precautions when I sleep because I only have seizures that occur at night that they call nocturnal seizures. So my seizures always occur in the evening, and that means that I am at a bigger risk of having seizures in the evening than I am any other time of day. I'll just cut up part of this and put it into my salad. So when I sleep, some people have to sleep with a special pillow, which I don't really do. I don't sleep with a pillow that prevents breathing problems, but I can't sleep on my back, which is fine because I'm a stomach sleeper, which is, if you guys don't know what nocturnal seizures are, they're seizures that occur between the hours of 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. So I have focal seizures or partial seizures during the daytime, but my tonic-clonic seizures are only at night. Which is definitely an unfortunate time to have them because unfortunately you cannot talk when you're having a seizure, which means that if you're having one, you kind of sort of rely on yourself to scream before the seizure takes over. For me, at least, when I have a focal one, it happens in this hand. I get about 2 seconds of time before the seizure takes over my entire brain. And so it kind of falls to me in that time to scream so that my parents know, oh, she's having a seizure, and then they have to wait 5 minutes before they can give me rescue medication. Just because most people's seizures dissipate in less than 5 minutes. As I said, mine unfortunately do not. They're well controlled, but without medication they would last essentially indefinitely. Hence the time I went into a coma, mine lasted for a few hours, so my brain started to swell and my body sent itself into a coma to lower the brain swelling. So that's what happens if I have seizures uninhibited. I know I don't talk about the epilepsy on here really because I talk about the ulcerative colitis. Sorry for the noises. But I also want to address some misconceptions about epilepsy. I read something the other day where Elton John had said he had epilepsy, and I thought, oh, that's really cool. And then I found out, well, not cool that he has it, but cool that he talked about that. And then he said it was caused by drugs and drinking. Epilepsy is seizures without a known cause. So it's not really a diagnosis as much as it is a lack of other diagnoses. So just clarify, people go around and say, I have epilepsy a lot because I have a brain tumor or an infection of the spinal fluid. Epilepsy means you don't have drinking, drugs, or smoking problems. You don't have any spinal fluid infections. You don't have any brain tumors. You don't have autoimmune seizures. You have to have no other factors that could possibly cause a seizure to have epilepsy. And to be fair, I didn't know that too before I was diagnosed. Also, look at this. My grandpa saved up change for years. He gave me $200 in change. My dad has been really into these screensavers, but he doesn't know how to hook up his YouTube account to the TV, so it's all been on my account. And my whole FYP is screensaver. Well, FYP is screensavers now, which is really funny. I'm so behind on posting. We're going to lunch with Waigong. I love that, with my Waigong. That's so much fun to say.
Movies most people don't realize. Alan Ladd was only like 5'7".
Before my implant and after. But tell someone you love them today. Maybe have that person be yourself. Sing like there's no one watching. Take down a transphobe and always remember to peel. Finish the quote, Dad.
What?
Never mind. The pomelo.